Grace.
Christian, my question may not be as simple. I'm going to try. But when you're dealing with someone that has an ongoing complex situation that involves choices made by other people that you can't control, and that's pretty extreme, how do you help them cope? Example, my sister's been going through a horrible divorce from a horrible person. Her 2-year-old daughter, her daughter was 2 when she left. Unbeknownst to her, when they split, he started sexually abusing her, among other things. Didn't discover it until March.
Pause.
Yes.
Peace process. She can do that. It's not emotional, complex situations. Still, it's going to be an emotion felt somewhere in her body. She can find where is the feeling, and she can let it go.
On a continual basis, then?
It's not a continual basis. She's going to get to peace about it, and then she'll be at peace. It doesn't mean the situation doesn't. There could be other things, right? Maybe there's 10 things about this whole situation that are upsetting to her. We pick 1 out of the 10, and we get to peace about that. We get to peace about the fact that her daughter was molested.
Well, it still is.
We get to peace about the fact that her daughter is being molested.
Yes, that's what the deal is.
Yeah, we can get, you know what? You think that's impossible? It's possible. And life happens for us. We don't know what that daughter's soul contract is with her father, with her mother, what lesson she's going to learn, what strength she's going to get from it. Yeah, is it going to fuck her up? Definitely. It's impossible not to fuck up your kids no matter what. I'm not saying that makes that okay. Like, call the police, call Child Protective Services. Like, be logical about it, right? Protect your daughter. I'm not saying to not do those things.
Those things have been done.
And I'm not saying that they're not. Mm-hmm. But you got to get out of buying into her story. Mm-hmm. You got to get yourself to peace, Grace. Yeah. You're in the story about it. I'm not saying, look, bad things are going to happen to all of us. Bad things have happened to all of us. More bad things will happen to all of us. That's the truth about life. Right? I'm not saying that makes that okay. It's not okay. Right? It's not okay, but being as upset as you are about it isn't helping. You're not helping your friend. You get to peace, and then you'll be a great role model, and you can help her get to peace. And then you can tell us all about it in the Coach Club Facebook group. Okay? I know there's a part of you that doesn't believe it because it's like, yeah, but look at all this stuff. Look at these charts and graphs. Look at all this evidence that I have that I should be upset. I have justification. Yeah, you've got such good justification. You've got the best evidence. You've got such a good story. She's the victim. Who knows? She might even be lying about it. I'm not saying she is, but you're definitely buying her story. And just because you're in the story doesn't mean the story isn't true, but you are stuck in the story. You can't see it right now. You can't even totally hear what I'm sharing with you right now, and that's okay. Does everybody else hear what I'm saying? Yes. And I don't even know that everybody in here can hear what I'm saying because it's such a good story. It's such a good story. One of my great friends, one of my best friends, was molested when she was 8. And it has caused a lot of problems for her. And I didn't even know about this. We just worked on this a few weeks ago. She finally felt comfortable enough after being friends for over 15 years. And she told me about this. And she'd worked on it a bunch. And then we worked on it some more. Like there was a part of her that liked the attention from her stepdad. There was a part of her that was mad at her mom because she thought her mom knew, but her mom didn't know. And like there were so many layers to it, but every layer can be neutralized and you can get to peace. And you can realize the gifts in every situation. She found gifts in having had that experience. It helped make her more compassionate. It helped her make her more understanding of other people's situations. It made her into who she is today. It made her get into personal growth. What's the value of that? It made her more connected to Source. She sought God. right? Like every experience is a gift. Even being molested is a gift. I'm not saying that means you should go do it. I'm not saying that justifies it. I'm not saying that that is a good excuse to be an asshole to somebody. I'm just being myself, doing terrible things to people. That's not an excuse. I'm not in any way justifying it. I am then not in any way condoning it. Right? Do everything in your power to change the situation. But guess what? When you are in the story and in the emotions and got all that shit, you're just going to keep perpetuating that situation. When you neutralize it, you take back your power. Now, instead of being powerless about it, oh my God, I'm trying to do this, trying to do that, called and they still left him with him, and I still can't get. You're in a fucking victim loop story of hell. Not just you, but especially her. And the only way out is through. You take it one feeling at a time, one moment at a time, and you get to neutral and neutral and neutral and neutral, and you can get to peace. And when you get to peace, you'll be able to help her get to peace. But don't try to help her about this, because right now you're in the story just as much as she is, maybe more. I don't know her. My intuitive sense is like, because of all the stuff she's had happen to her, she has her own stuff, and she's manifesting this situation for herself and for her daughter and for her husband, ex, whatever, boyfriend, whoever the guy is. Like, she is complicit in the manifesting of the scenario. We always are. I had a frenemy who had been sabotaging me and my business for years. And I kind of knew it. And it wasn't until it got so obvious and extreme that I was able to just be like, what the F are you doing? This is not acceptable, and I can't have a relationship with you anymore. But at the same time, I could feel like, ooh, like I kind of knew the whole time, and for some reason, I didn't want to know. And I didn't want to believe, and I wanted to believe the best in him. And ultimately, I needed his behavior to get so bad to finally make me so mad that I could actually make peace with anger, because I'd been suppressing anger. I needed him to make me so mad so that I could feel that anger and let it go. I didn't need to hurt him. I didn't need to get revenge. I didn't need to trash talk him. I just needed to get angry and let it go. And I was angry for like a good week and a half. Like, at the same time that happened, somebody on my team I found out had embezzled $55,000, over $55,000 from me. And I was way madder about this other thing. In fact, I felt sad for the person who did it more than I felt mad about it. And I had to feel through that shit too. And in the same week, I found out I was being sued. How do you like that for a week? All in 1 week. Thank God for peace process. That's all I have to say. Let's give it up for Grace.
Thank you.
I know. I can't wait. I hope you will give this a shot for yourself. And then let us know how it works. Tell us inside the Coach Club Facebook group. Lucinda.
Just a brief question.
Yeah.
Is this equally effective and equally safe whether the client is with you or you're maybe having a session on
over
the
phone? Over the phone is fine. Yeah.
It's just
as good.
Pretty much the same.
Yep, over the
Great.
phone, over Skype, doesn't matter.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Let's give it up for Lucinda. All right, I said Lucinda was going to be the last question, but I will take one last one.
I got to speak to
Bonus
this.
question.
I got to speak to this. It's not really a question, but I wondered whether or not this was going to come up at
Yeah.
this thing. It's the thing about, was it Grace that just shared?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a victim of a child abuse
Yes.
that happened when I was very, very young. I don't remember when.
Yep.
The only thing I remember about it is I had a lot of symptoms of it. Like I developed a stutter. I started wetting the bed.
Sure.
Et cetera, all kinds of stuff that's pretty much bugged me my whole life.
Yeah.
Okay, and it wasn't until the last few months that I started realizing that was really where my block was, and I had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I've been telling myself the narrative, my whole life. And my parents were extremely young when it happened, and they had no tools to deal with any of that kind of stuff or anything. So basically, it's just turned into a big cloud over my life.
Yeah.
And about a month ago today, I actually hired somebody that's working me through that stuff and helping me reframe everything about it and all this kind of stuff. But I'm a victim, and I don't need to be.
It's true.
And the whole thing is like, that happened to me. But what you're saying, what you said there about there being a golden lining,
Yes.
that is huge, because it's kind of become my life purpose now, and that's starting to evolve for me. And I'm starting to understand that I can actually help people.
You've got to find
who
the
are
gift.
been-
Yeah, of course
it's a
you
gift.
can find. Yeah.
It's a total gift.
So is there a question?
No, I just
Okay.
I just had to share that because
Yeah.
it's like it's exposed and it's here, and it's
Yeah.
you addressed it, and bang on. And I'm here. I'm a testament to exactly what you just said.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. We did a session with the bigs yesterday or 2 days ago with one of the bigs, and we did like, what's great about suffering? What's great about being bullied? I've been bullied many times in my life as a kid and even as an adult. What's great about being a bully? What's great about bullies? What's great about suffering? We're not going to take the time to answer that, but I'm going to leave that with you to consider those things. Everything is good, even bad things. There's only good things because even bad things are good. It doesn't mean I want more bad things, but I'm not running from them. There is a gift in everything. And you've found the gifts, and hopefully you're no longer paying the price. Like, you can heal that and let it go if you haven't already. You can heal that and let it go. And keep the gifts. I was a surprise baby. I felt like I wasn't wanted my whole life. I felt like I was a mistake. I just let that one go at Limitless. And what's great about feeling not wanted? Well, I felt like an outsider my whole life. What's great about being an outsider? What's great about being an outsider is I think more independently. I don't feel like I have to fit into the group because I don't fit in. Like, I don't fit in anyway. Why try to fit in? I'm just going to think for myself, do my own thing. Which maybe made me, be willing to start my own business. Maybe I wouldn't have done that if I remember when I was like, I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to quit my job and start my own business. Everybody kept saying, oh my God, what are you going to do about insurance? Oh my God, so scary. You're going to start your own business. They were all worried for me. I started getting scared, but I did it anyway. That if I had not been bullied as a kid, if I had not felt like an outsider, maybe I'm not here today. I wouldn't be the person I am today. Maybe I would have never gotten into personal growth at age 12. Right? How does that happen? The most popular kid in school who's really good at sports maybe doesn't need personal growth because things are good for him. The kid who's terrible at sports, doesn't fit in, that guy needs personal growth. Thank God. Everything is a gift. Life is a gift. Take a moment and look through your notes today. Look at what did you learn? What's opening up for you? What's a big breakthrough for you? What's going to make you a better coach? I'd love to hear from a few folks. What did you find most valuable? What did you learn? What was your biggest breakthrough, your biggest takeaway? Anybody who'd like to share, go ahead and come up to the mics. Bonnie.
During my coaching session with Kimberly, the going forward and looking back, I came up with some great new strategies. I came up with some things that I'm going to implement as soon as I get home. Maybe not wait until I get home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's give it up for Bonnie. Lucy.
I loved the breakthrough step by step of those 5 steps, because I've done a lot of free sessions that sell, and it's kind of been gray about, I'm like, oh, I'm going to help you with this and help you with this. So the specifics of that are fantastic. And then the aha that I do not have to be the only one with ideas. And in fact, their own ideas are probably a lot more powerful for them. And if I have an idea, to check in with them and say, how does that sound? Can you plus that? Are these things you are open to do? So having it more be of a relational rather than I'm a fire hose going, here's all these things you can do, and then they're like, no.
Yeah.
I was
Beautiful.
drowning. So I'm going to let them swim.
Beautiful. Let's
Thank
get it up
you.
for Lucy.
Thank you so much for today. It was a huge gift. I know that I wasn't feeling confident in my ability to coach, and today I really took away the power of presence. And there's so much that I'm just unfolding right now, so thank you for creating this.
You're welcome. Who feels more confident in their ability to coach clients now? Yeah. Nice. Daniel.
Hi, Christian. Just again, thanks again for putting on such a great event. Even though it's one day, I think there's so much that we covered, so I got a lot out of today. One of the things that I got out that I just realized as part of this was between step 1 and 2, which is going from vision to plan. And I just got a new client who started a couple of days ago. Actually, it was yesterday, right before my flight. It was the only time she could make the session. And during that session, we identified some very clear goals for 12 months from now. And one thing I didn't do is I didn't go into planning. I said, we can establish plans for these goals, but I had her talk about, just intuitively, I didn't do that. Although I kind of wanted to, if it was me, I'd be like, okay, let's work backwards, let's make the plan, let's set up the milestones, and let's track them on a spreadsheet. But I just somehow knew not to do that. And I didn't think about it at the time, but when you talked about it might not be good right away to go from the vision straight into the plan, I really recognize that as an insight that I'm having right now in my business too. It's like take the time to feel it and to really emotionally connect to that so that they're more invested in the plan. Maybe 1 or 2 sessions from now, we can start talking about what that looks like.
Nice.
So that was a really big, conscious expression of that insight that I hadn't really fully thought through yet, but that was really great to
Beautiful.
hear that.
Fantastic. Let's give it up for Daniel.
Thank you.
What else is great before creating a plan is go dream more. All right, you're clear, you're going to have a $1 million coaching business or $250,000 a year coaching business, whatever it is. Awesome. What are some things you're going to buy when you do that, when you have that? You get a new car? Go test drive that car you would want. You're going to go buy a new house? Go look at open houses. Go to dream homes. Put yourself in. I'm going to buy it. Once I lose that weight, I'm going to go buy new wardrobes. Go start shopping without trying them on, but just go start shopping for new wardrobes that you think you would like to have. Right? Start dreaming. You're going to let yourself live into the dream even more before jumping in. So the action item might be go do the vision board or go test drive the car. That might be the action step, but not a big action plan for for session 1 to session 2 or whatever. So just a couple more, options and ideas for you on that, and for all of us. Rick.
Before I tell about the thing I learned, I just want to say that exercise you talked about, just being vulnerable about, I didn't want to invite more people to come to my thing to see how few people were there. That just was a huge, I had ego about, I absolutely take ownership over assuming that the event was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that the pre-day was Thursday. I take ownership over the fact, and that's why I came late, was I've been here since last Friday. Could have easily been here all day, and it just was an error. And so I almost didn't come to the afternoon to let people know that you're an idiot because you've been here all week and then you just showed up in the afternoon. Like, I almost didn't come for that same reason about, like, other people would know that I came late or had missed it. Anyway, the thing I did learn when you did this afternoon, super grateful I still came even for those few hours. I'm so grateful. When you're talking about all the skills necessary to get to that next job, we did all those other examples because I do all the done-for-you stuff we talked about before. Like, I'm not really coaching people. You know, it's a transactional based, if you remember from March. And I just got this huge aha sitting here about all the things that I can teach them and coach them on the things after I've given them done for you. Now they've got all this money coming in. There's so many other things that I had to learn about how to protect my wealth, how to manage money, how to have the right people, how to, anyway, there's just so much that just opened up this huge thing that I can give to people beyond just the transactional, look at that, you've got all this money coming in, you don't have to worry about making money anymore. Oh, well, you got to worry about that money I'm giving you, right? And I haven't been doing that at all.
Nice.
So this is huge. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Pablo.
And so my biggest takeaway today was the power of being present for someone else. If you can be fully present for someone else, that is 95% of coaching, of facilitating a transformation right there. And so that was my biggest takeaway.
Nice. Let's give it up for Pablo. Arthur.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the day. It's been wonderful. The thing that I'm taking away from all of this right now is that coaching in itself is a collaborative process between the client and the coach. I'm coming out of professional activity for 45 years as an attorney, and that process has been giving advice, and not really getting a feedback from my clients. It was just do it. This is a whole different opportunity, and I'm feeling that I'm just expanding now. That I can do things for me that are also good for others. So it's just a marvelous feeling to have at this stage in my life.
Wonderful.
Thank you for it.
You're welcome. Let's give it up for Arthur. You make me happy, Arthur. Craig.
I'm primarily a writer, and so I came to this thing and I've been scribbling like mad because there's a lot of nuggets in today. In fact, I could go home right now and it's been worth coming here. So anyway, having said that though, part of what I've been going through the last little while is actually reframing my narrative by actually rewriting my origin story from scratch.
Nice.
Which is really, really helpful. A few thumbs up here, okay, which is really, really cool. But here's my takeaway from today, and that is my future story. I haven't written that yet, and I just got started doing that today, and I'm extremely excited about it. So the book's coming out soon, so watch for it.
Awesome. Steve.
I just want to stand up here in front of you because I've only seen you over a screen so far and say thank you for the day. It's been really tremendous. And I've gotten a couple of really powerful things out of it. One is, as you know, I've been a coach for a long time, but like probably a lot of the people here who are coaches, you taught yourself through gaining the information and just, like you say, doing it. And so as I've expanded into this other area, it's kind of been, well, I think it should be done this way, and there's good feedback coming back, but to hear you speak about it and to get the validation, there's so much validation for the directions I've been going and how I've been doing it, and that is a very, very profound, grounding thing to hear. Okay. The other thing is, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've just gone through just a devastating 2-year divorce. And I'm not into prolonging that story, but it crushed me and crushed a lot of confidence because at that time, because I didn't know I was vulnerable, I thought I had done enough work that I could sustain anything, and I found out that not quite yet. So
you were given an opportunity to grow and get even stronger.
And yes.
Yeah, you weren't crushed. Were you crushed?
Well,
Or
I
were
thought
you,
I was.
You thought you were crushed. Yeah, see
But
this?
no,
Look
I
at all this,
wasn't.
right? You guys picking up the language patterns here? You
Yeah.
guys seeing all this stuff? Look at how beautiful this is. Great.
And that's why I said I don't want to prolong that idea about it, because it's a victim idea.
Or do you?
Do I want to prolong the
Is
idea?
there a part of you that maybe likes that you were crushed by it?
No.
Could there maybe be some positive thing you might be getting by prolonging this story and the pain? Possibly something as simple as being able to give yourself some pity, which is a form of love. And so and many of us do victim ourselves so that we can pity ourselves, so that we can love ourselves, even though it's not the highest quality or highest form of love that we could give ourselves. Sometimes we do that. I'm not saying it's happening for you.
No, I understand.
But it might be something to look at.
And I'm entirely willing to look at that and entertain it, because I understand what you're talking about. There's probably some vestige in there, but my feeling is that it's more as having been a positive thing for making me aware of an area of vulnerability that I didn't know was there.
And there is no such thing as vulnerability.
True.
Or maybe there is.
Well, not if you go by all of our fears are feelings.
It's just feelings.
I know.
It's just feelings.
Really, I've just gotten that
Very
super lately.
Super intense feelings, obviously.
Yeah.
Feelings of being crushed. Yeah. But you know
Right.
what? The only way you could get that crushed is if you loved that much.
It's true.
And think about how beautiful that is. For you to be the kind of person that would open your heart so much and love that much. It's beautiful.
That is
and
beautiful.
I can't wait to see you be in an even better relationship with somebody new, with your heart even wider open, with new learnings, new strength, stronger presence, more love to give and to share and to compassion and all that stuff. The new Stephen 2.0, 10.0, whatever relationship he gets into is going to be a beautiful sight to behold. It will inspire many other people to want to have the kind of relationship you're about to get into.
If I want one.
Which you do.
I'm not so sure.
Yes. When you are ready to let go of the pain.
Sure.
And let go of the story.
Sure.
And reset yourself and restart your heart and reopen all that stuff. When you're ready to let go of the lower quality of love that you may be giving yourself so that you can have the higher quality love that you can give yourself, I believe the part of you that doesn't want to get into a relationship is the part of you that's afraid to get hurt again.
Absolutely.
And I know, and why wouldn't you be afraid? Of course,
But
it's
also,
natural.
you get tired after a while, you know?
Yeah, I'm tired. But when you let go of the story, because carrying that 2-year crushing story with you is tiring. It's the story that's tiring.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not going to use the word crushed anymore because that's done.
Right.
Okay, so I'm done with that.
Yeah. What's your new word?
I don't need it anymore.
How are you now?
How am I now?
Yeah.
Like at this moment?
What's your new story?
Well, my new story.
What's your new metaphor?
My new metaphor is that I am reinventing. No, I'm experiencing more of myself than I've ever experienced before.
Nice.
And that's kind of in line with what the other thing was that I wanted to say. Thank you for all that you said. That's good for me to hear.
Yes.
Like that. In alignment with that, I was also realizing that I had been so contracted from what happened that to do more of the expansive imagining of the world for me, the potential things for me, and not being concerned about whether I think they can or can't happen, just imagining them.
Yeah.
That became much more present for me to want to actively do and also help other people actively do. So I will be doing that.
Nice.
So thank you.
You're welcome, Stephen. Great to see you. Yes. And I look forward to seeing you with a partner, whenever that is. Maybe you'll meet someone here Yeah. All it might take is a little peace processing about that divorce, letting that go, and who knows, you might meet somebody here today or tomorrow or whenever is right for the universe. Yes.
Yeah.
Michael.
Thank you. I'm here to say you 2 thanks. The first, because I joined you last year, same time, October, and I'm doing coaching for almost 22 years. I started my job when I was 13 years, very, very young, and I'm from other side of the world. My own language, origin language is Persian. I'm Persian, and my language is Farsi. And I joined this big family, and I'm proud of these people around me, just a couple of years ago. And one of the barriers that I really kind of self-sabotage or kind of hold me back, because I avoid to have the native English language clients. And the last year, when I came here, actually, I understood that I better to, when I'm coaching people, I'm coaching from the bottom of my heart. And some people who partner with me and we do coaching practice told me, and you don't need to be perfect in language, English language. Just go and do this. Because I focused on only Farsi language people before. It was a kind of, I thought that I'm not enough yet, maybe next year, maybe next kind of procrastination, and don't extend myself to help American people also, the English language people. The last year that I came here, I had a breakthrough to not do that anymore and think bigger, think more great. And this is my first thank to you. And this time that when I attend again, and this noon, when I practice with my partners, they approve it, that it's your language. And also, when I start to working with English language clients, my English language grow fast, very fast. Yeah, thank you. And a couple of years ago, when I came here, I couldn't speak English, nothing. When I need help, when I go to Walmart to buy something, you know? And right now, I know there's a bunch of things to learn more, but right now, I'm trust my heart, and when I want to coach American people, I trust when you talk with people from bottom of your heart, it works. It doesn't matter you have some grammatical problem or even lose some words. It works, really works. And I want you say the second thanks. It's a flow of energy, and I want to say to you a really big thanks because you create this big environment to solve this problem. Even if it didn't came here, maybe I couldn't solve it for a couple of years. You accelerate me to go faster for a couple of years. And my business, compared with a year ago, it's 3 times bigger. I can make a lot of money, right? Thank you. And also, because I had an arsenal of tools, I born and rise in a country with a lot of trouble, wars, revolution. I don't know what to say anything, the longest story. But I'm like you, I'm graduated from Hard Knock University, but in a different degree maybe, different situation. Yeah. I saw in my life something that you sometimes see in your movies. Really, I experienced it by all of myself. And I have a lot of good things, and I had a lot of good things to gift it to my new family, and I couldn't because I thought that the language is a barrier. Is the barrier right now? No. The last year that when I came here, I had a very problem with talking. You remember me.
I do remember
you. Remember me, yeah. And right now, I'm telling, thank you. You helped me to break through, and I don't need to think about words and, just it's going, go. It's working. You know what I'm saying? And
TSW.
Yeah.
This stuff works.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to say thank you, and I wish God help you, and and other people send you a lot of energy to go and go bigger and bigger. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes. Like Michael, I notice I've also been self-sabotaging myself.
Sure.
And so last week I was in West Palm Beach, and I led a private event that went really well, but we put a public event, we made a public event available. And just a few weeks before, they told me that nobody had signed up. And so I was like, well, and I had intended to invite a lot of my friends from the Florida area. But as soon as I found out that, nobody from this institute signed up, I don't want to invite my friends to come and see that nobody was there. So I didn't tell anybody. So, of course, the event didn't happen. And if I'm honest, that shows up in other areas of my life. And so I'm just curious to now just start taking a look at that and just realizing the impact. We talked during the mastermind that I've been the stranglehold on 10xing our business.
Yeah.
And it hit me earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The work that we did may have opened up for you to now see that.
Yeah.
Where before you have a stranglehold because you're scared to grow because of all the stuff that we, whatever. If growing 10xing your business, even though it feels, it'd be great, but there's a part of you that's like, oh, I don't know, whatever the stuff is about that, right? Then it's easy to put more shit in our blind spot. But when we heal this and we open up and then we can start seeing more. Our awareness grows. We can see how other places where we're blocking ourselves, and then we can let those things go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a big missed opportunity. So instead of worrying what are other people going to think about me, put my energy on what is the impact I could have made. So that's the new new perspective.
Yeah, and while you're feeling the pain of being a dick to all your friends and everybody else whose lives you could have changed, you can also let that go and just think about the next live event and all the lives that you're going to change and put your heart and soul and everything you've got into filling that thing and just making it the best thing it could possibly be.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Me either.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Let's give it up for Happy Jack.
I didn't know that the rapid results formula was something that I had seen in free sessions that sell.
Yes.
And I came to this event wanting to thank you for this model because even though it was part of free sessions that sell, I could instantly see how it worked as a coaching model. And here's why I'm grateful. I did my first coaching certification program 5 years ago, but I was sort of stuck in the having to be smart and having to have clients, and I've been doing copywriting, marketing consulting, and designing courses for other people, even though I wanted to do my own stuff. But my problem with owning coaching, and even 2 weeks ago, I was in a coaching situation, and she said, "You're not owning this." I'm like, I know, I don't know what it is. I did, I just didn't know how to communicate the value of business coaching. When I saw this model, I instantly understood how to communicate the value. I thought, if I can get anybody in a conversation with me, they will just see I can be amazing in helping them move forward, but it was that forward movement that I couldn't communicate. So I listened to the free sessions at Selling maybe 2 weeks ago. I could see it clearly. I got instant clarity. I got off the fence, declared I'm all in on business coaching. I'm not writing anymore for other people. I'm doing my own stuff. I put a vision on my lock screen for my phone. I spent 3 days in a row, probably 8 hours a day, just building a website and doing all this stuff to just put it out there and say I'm done. But it was because of this model that I didn't realize it was the coaching model that finally, after years, let me see how to communicate the value of coaching and totally own it for myself. So thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
All right. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hope you got all the good stuff today, like I did. My name is Rita. I just moved here from New York, but I'm originally from Chicago. So I wanted to share with you, actually, a lot of things. I've never heard of you before today, by the way. My friend Kimberly invited me. I'm her guest, and I'm sitting here listening to you, and I'm like, he's saying everything I always say to everybody, and this is great, and I'm just writing things down. And then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I wanted to be a teacher since I was a kid. And I became a teacher. I wasn't going to teach, but then a teaching job fell onto my lap as I was deciding to do something else. Funny how the universe works, right? And then I left teaching elementary to go back to sales because the money was shit, right? But it's really sad. We lose a lot of teachers that way. But I got offered a teaching job while I was back in sales. It was educational-related sales. I got offered to teach at the college level. So I taught public speaking. and I taught foundations of sales and marketing. And I really, when I have a microphone in my hand, I've done it a few times, and I just feel like I light up. Like what you're doing up there, I know I am meant to do. And I now, more than ever, sitting here watching you and listening to you, I'm just picturing myself up there, and you're saying all the things I say. And at my lunch thing, my coaching thing with Alejandro back there, we were the group that only had 2 people. It was the most powerful conversation either one of us has ever had, because in that moment, I had a breakthrough as he did. He's writing and jotting things down and has all these like golden nuggets, like 3-4 pages of gold right now. And I realized something so crucial to what I'm going to pursue, and that is that I am meant to coach men too. I've been focused on women and empowering women and helping women to transform their lives through their mindset. I'm a mindset coach. Like, that is just what I do. Limiting beliefs, I've conquered all of mine except for fear of judgment, which is something that I still struggle with. It's my mom's fault. She programmed it in my brain to care what people think. And that's why I waited so long to come up here.
That's okay. That's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm grateful for your mom.
Oh, really? It taught me a lot. But anyway, so I'm grateful for my mom. I love her too. I take care of her. I bought her the house she lives in and the car she drives and the phone she uses. You know?
Nice.
Anyway, so a couple other things. So I'm from Chicago. I'm obsessed with self-help books, and I'm an addict, definitely. I have like a stack of them that I'm still trying to get through. Podcasts, I flood my mind with positive things. I love natural light, and I meditate outside, and I take sunshine walks, I call them. I also believe that I don't have a great memory, and I've seen the documentary you mentioned. I was bullied as a kid and in adulthood, and I moved to San Diego after dating my boyfriend for 4 months, and this was in August. So just like that, and it's beautiful and effortless, and I used to think relationships are hard, and they suck, and they're scary, and I stayed out of them, but I worked on myself. I learned to love myself and master my mind and my limiting beliefs and subconscious fears and work through all of them to get to the point where I loved myself so much that I didn't need anyone. And I attracted literally the man that checks every single one of my boxes. So my breakthrough, thank you so much, because I now believe and know that I can coach men too, which is something I never considered, and I can help them with their ego, their pride, their fear of failure, fear of rejection. No, really, I can bridge the gap between men and women.
Nice.
Men, what do? They shut down. They don't want to talk, right? They don't want to open up. We're
going to have to keep things moving.
Okay, sorry.
Let's give it up for Rita.
Thank you.
All right. We have one last exercise to really lock everything in and take everything home. Everybody stand up. Okay. And we actually have a couple things left to do. One simple thing in here, and then after that, you are now certified. You will be now certified as a rapid results coach. Who's excited about that? The most important thing before you can graduate and get your certificate is I want you to think for a moment about all the people's lives that you're going to help change. And I want you to think about all the goals that you're going to help them achieve. And I want you to think about all the goals you are going to achieve. All the money you're going to make by helping so many people. If you want to be a coach and help people make their dreams come true, the best and one of the most important things that you can do is make your dreams come true. And I want you to imagine the future where you've made all your dreams come true and you've helped so many thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, hundreds, maybe even millions of people, and possibly maybe even billions of people, all the people that you've helped. When you think about all that you've done, all that you've achieved, how proud you are, how thrilled you are of what you've done, and think about this future that's awaiting you and all this money that's awaiting you, and I need you to join me for one last big, crazy, jump up and down celebration on the count of 3, and I want you to make so much noise for how thrilled you are. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go banana! Congratulations, you made it through all the Rapid Results Coaching Academy videos, and now you can get yourself certified. Go to rapidresultssession.com to apply for your certification test. Good luck on your test, and I look forward to getting you certified and watching you get out there and helping lots of people with your coaching. Remember, all around the world, people need our help. Let's get people coached.